There we go. All right, we're back again with another figure review. I have been doing a lot of Black Series as of recently. Don't mean to do that, but I do have a lot, and I do have a brand new one that I got from my girlfriend today. Um, and honestly, is actually really cool, and it is the Commander Cody Black Series archive version. I did not know that this thing was coming out, but I mean, it was out and it was pretty cool. Um, because the line came with like the Hoth, Luke Skywalker, and Han Solo, along with Admiral Thrawn and also Cody here. I think Cody and Thrawn were the ones that I wanted the most, and she got this one for me, which I am super thankful. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. But yeah, the figure definitely looks freaking awesome. I love Commander Cody. Commander Cody was probably like one of my favorites. I remember me and like one of my friends would have like a huge debate on like who was like the better clone trooper, and I would always say Cody and he would say like Rex. Um Even though he did betray the Jedi in the in Order 66 and Rex didn't, I still really like Cody. But there's the packaging is definitely super different than from like the regular Black Series. It's more in like this packaging, which some Black Series are in. Um, there's like a 50th Lucasfilm, I guess, the anniversary. There's Clone Commander Cody right there. It says Archive. You got a nice little shot of Commander Cody right there. Black Series right there. Uh, just some stuff at the bottom, kind of boring stuff. Um, a very nice little look at Commander Cody. Got some writing here. A natural, um, particular leader in the Clone War armor encoded with a good fit for general. Blah blah blah. Pretty much just little backstory on Commander Cody. There's also like this line of stuff right here of when pretty much Star Wars came out. You got like 1971, New Hope. Then you got 1981. Kind of right there in the middle is Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. You got 1991 with Legends, and then Phantom Menace. You got Attack of the Clones. You got The Revenge of the Sith, 2001. Then you got like the 2008, 2014, the Clone Wars and Rebels. You got the not so great sequels. I do have like a huge opinion on them, but I think the only good one out of them was The Force Awakens, because it was the first time I saw Star Wars in theaters, which is pretty dope. You also got Rogue One and Solo, and you got like this whole timeline that's not like kind of. It's more like when the movies came out, and not like how they're supposed to be lined up. Um, but yeah, that's what this figure has. I do like that. That is actually really cool. Um, but opening up the figure, we're gonna open it up because that's what we do. I don't particularly like boxes like this, where I have to like actually tear the box open, but we're gonna have to, because that's what we do. So kind of the reason why, because it is kind of cool. I do love to open like the figures, but honestly, I do kind of like to keep the box as like a cool little display thing, kind of like with the other Black Series figures I have. So this boy will not be having his box. He'll be on the shelf, kind of displayed in some cool pose, which is actually kind of cool because I really don't do that. Let's pop out all of his stuff. The packaging does look very different than kind of normal Black Series figures for some reason. I don't know why. There's just something about it that makes it look different. Let's pop that out. Pop the figure out. There's a little antenna sticking out right there, which honestly kind of makes it nerve-wracking, because you don't want to like accidentally snap that little antenna. Ooh. Very nice, very nice. Throw that down. That's really cool. Alright, let's pose kind of pose this guy, and let's take a look at the figure. So the figure in all its glory is definitely very nice. I really do. I like the feel of this figure. The feel of the figure is definitely very nice for a nice first impression. They're just so, ooh, that's like a ratchet joint. You hear that? It kind of sounds like a ratchet joint on the waist. That's actually pretty interesting. I don't think we've ever really gotten a Black Series figure in my collection that has a ratchet joint. That's pretty unique. I mean, it probably isn't, but it sounds like it. I don't know. It's pretty weird. But the painting on the figure, definitely, turn that on, looks pretty awesome. I really do like it. The painting is pretty nice. I do really like the helmet. Oh, there we go. Sorry about that. I think there is a couple little things off with it. I don't know. This little part right here definitely does seem kind of off. Like, it feels like it's supposed to be painted all the way around, but I don't know. It's probably just me. It's probably not painted straight. That's probably why, but that's fine. The antennas are pretty nice too. None of them are really bent, which is nice. The rest of the face definitely looks awesome. No little paint mishaps here, except for a couple little black splotches right there, but that's fine. This is pretty much a new little part for the figure. It doesn't come off, but pretty nice. Little antenna here. It does bend pretty easy, but it is kind of rubber, so it's not going to break that easy. The painting on the figure for the rest of the body looks super nice. I do really love it. There is some little paint kind of mishaps here. I don't think these parts, little painted parts, are supposed to be there. I don't think neither of these little spots here, but they're just little spots. The rest of the figure is painted nice in this nice kind of very light orange, which I really do like. I do like this. It kind of makes it somewhat pop out, but the orange is very nice, and I do love this belt. I think this very light gray kind of makes it a little plain, but I do kind of like the mixture of all these other colors into the belt. I really do like that. Not too much painting there. There is like a orange stripe that goes on the leg here, which gives it some difference, but there's not really too much. Some more little paint stuff here, but that's pretty much it. There's not really a lot. The leg feels, the figure's pretty much fine. You also do see some like little details here. You got some nice little, I don't know what this is. I think it was a badge, but I'm not sure. I don't remember. He's also got these cool little marks here. I do wish there was kind of like some battle damage. I mean, that is battle damage, but kind of like maybe like a painted scratches. Maybe make these little scratches like a darker gray or a very light gray or something. I don't know. Something that makes it look more damaged than kind of that. Because that, I don't know. It just seems a little plain. But the figure does look very nice. I do like the figure a lot. And he does stand up pretty well on his own. As I say that, as he drops down, he does feel like he does stand pretty good on his own. The figure also comes with his standard kind of clone blasters. You got this one right here, which is very nice. I do still really like this mold. Very nicely painted. It's not like a solid black. I mean, usually these blasters are painted very nice, so it's these ones that kind of look more plasticky, like we saw with like the Phase 1 Clone Trooper, and I think Bly's rifle. But this one, it's just plain black, but it doesn't look like it's plastic looking. I don't know if that makes sense, but I don't know. I might do like a little comparison. I might take Bly out and have them both next to each other. But I don't know. There's just something looks better about this kind of paint look than Bly's was. The figure does have some articulation. He's got like fur on his head because I hate when the cats get up here. As I'm looking at it, like there's like hair all over this thing. Hopefully, yeah, you can even see it through camera, but we're not gonna pay attention to that. I'm gonna take a look at the figure. The figure does have a that is nice range of posability on the neck. Sorry, I just thought of a meme. Anyways, he does have some very nice posability at the neck, which is very nice. I do really like this head that can go pretty down. I really do like that. Gosh, the cat hair. That cat hair is ridiculous. But anyways, the figure's arm can go about like that. This does not feel like a rubber piece. This is more like a plastic piece, which as we saw with like other figures, they had plastic shoulder pieces. This one more has like or not plastic, they had rubber shoulder pieces, so their arm can extend like so much more than this, which I do like that better. I may bend it some, but it's so much better than this. The arm does feel a little weird. I don't know. There's just something that feels loose about it. But anyways, that's pretty much how far his hand goes. He can do like a full rotation. That also feels like a ratchet joint. I don't know. It feels like a ratchet joint. He's also got a double bend at the elbow, which is nice, but I don't know. There's just something that feels wobbly about it. But anyways, the figure also has some movable fingers or movable hand. You can pretty much do the standard Black Series stuff. Hand can go up and down pretty much like that. As we mentioned, the maybe ratchet joint does sound like one though. At the waist, he's got a pretty decent spread. His foot can pretty much go back that far and does go up that far, which is pretty nice. He also has a double bend at the knee. Love like double joints. I really do love. His foot can pretty much go up and down, and it does have a very nice pivot. So posability on the figure is honestly pretty decent. There are some parts that are kind of scary, kind of like this little loose bit. I don't know if the other figures have that. It just kind of seems more apparent on him because I didn't notice that on the other figures. This one definitely does feel looser. It definitely does feel more loose on this leg than it does on this leg. I don't know, but I do really like the figure. The figure is very nice and it feels pretty good too. There are just some parts that feel a little loose than others. I do really think that Bly and Cody look really awesome together. They're like freaking pretty dope figures together. Cody does look a little more uh lighter than Bly, but honestly they both look good together. I think if I had pretty much like all kind of like the clone commanders or like generals or whatever, like Commander Gree, is it Green or Gree? It's one of those guys. I would kind of like phase 1, but there is a phase 3 that I know. But there's also some other ones like Wolf and some other ones. I would get a Captain Rex to go with them, but I'm not spending $100 as I already did. But I'm not spending another $100 on another figure. But yeah, I think these two are pretty good together. Cody is definitely not perfect in a lot of ways. Kind of like the joints that feel like they might break, mainly just because of these little wiggles here. I don't know why it's bothering me so much. Like these other figures don't really have a wiggle on them, really. I mean they pretty much nice and solid from what I know. I mean, usually I kind of notice that stuff right off the bat, like I did with Cody. I usually don't, you know, I guess notice it later on, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking way too much in depth with this figure, and probably there was some other figures with kind of little loose parts, but I do still really like this figure a lot, and he's gonna look awesome, kind of displayed on my little mantle. I do have another Black Series figure, which is just uh, um, Grand Moff Tarkin, um, that he can pretty much be displayed with, I guess. But I mean, the figure is very nice. Like I've said, the figure is nice. It's not perfect, but it's nice. Um, Definitely a cool little spot in pretty much your little clone collection. I think the best part about this figure is just this head posability. Like, this head posability has so much to offer. I just love just like the range on this head. Like, it's just awesome. But I think that is going to do it for the review for today. Also, another thing that I am noticing is that he really can't bend his arm, even with that double joint. Can't really bend his arm as far as um, Bly, mainly because of this kind of difference in the. I mean, there's not really too much of a difference, but it does seem like there is a difference in the elbow sculpting, which makes him go a little farther than him. But this is like, the packaging did say vintage, so this probably like another like redo, or just a past character that they just repackaged and just put vintage on it. But since I don't have this figure, it's pretty cool to get them. But I think that's going to be all. If I ever do get my hands on Cody for $20, that is it. I will definitely put these two together, and that would be awesome. But for now, he's pretty much stuck here alone, probably with Bly and Commander Gree if I do get him. But that is going to be all. Again, the figure is nice, nicely painted. A couple little mishaps, a couple little plain parts. That's fine. The joints feel a little off, mainly on my figure. Probably not on yours, but it does feel a little off. The head sculpt is amazing. The paint job is pretty good as well. Um, and also with the rifle, I mean, I think it was just that Phase 1's Clone Trooper rifle that looks so plain, because Bly's is actually pretty good. But the accessories are definitely really cool. I didn't forget about that. I just didn't really want to really put it on. Also, another thing, putting on this weapon, this kind of blaster, feels different than putting it on. Okay, I was struggling. I don't know. I was struggling when I was trying to put this weapon on, because I was going to have this one um, on the entire time, but it just felt off. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I'm really talking about at this point. I pretty much said everything I needed to say, but I think that is all for this video. Um, Figure's pretty good. Everything I said before, that's pretty much about it. There should be a different review next time for just reviewing stuff, and it won't be another Black Series. Might be Lego, might be the minis that are coming in, but those probably won't be coming in until like another month. Maybe, hopefully. I hope it comes in this month. That'd be cool. But yeah. But that is going to be all for this video. Hopefully you guys do enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next one.